one of my colleagues here at Rice asked me if I would consider moving from Exxon to Rice and do two things. One is to continue to attempt to establish a sound foundation for numerical analysis at Rice, as well as operate a commercial computing equipment computer center.
There were a lot of things in engineering that were extremely tedious if you had to do them with a slide rule. First computer that I used was at MIT on my SCD thesis. It was Whirlwind, and it was about the second big computer that had ever been built. But then the next thing was the R1 was being built down in electrical engineering, essentially. And it was an exciting computer because it was faster and you could do a lot of things, but it had definite limitations. It was used all the time, and so you would wind up having hours between midnight and 4 a.m.
There was an R2 that was at least partially built while I was a student. I spent one summer soldering chips into the thing.
I think RCL was the first developing general service. Is that fair?
And there were a lot of computers that were available, and they had a lot of different programming languages. But what was occurring at that time was that there was a move toward using common program languages across several computers. In other words, things, computer programs like Fortran and COBOL were being used because they were computer independent. In other words, you could run the same program on a number of different computers.
But because it was very complicated, designing a data format that worked in all those different computers was quite a challenge. So the Library of Congress researchers would send out a set of specifications, and they would say, how does this work on your computer? And we would sometimes write code and sometimes just say, no, that's stupid, that won't work at all. And we would pass feedback back and forth.